Sometimes life takes us to a place where even breathing feels like a blessing. Jack Reynolds' story is just like that. There was a time when the cold floor of a New York subway station was his bed, an old newspaper his blanket, and the 5 a.m. train his alarm clock. But what he held in his hands, a torn stock trading booklet he had found in the trash, was about to change his life. Jack wasn't always homeless. 5 years ago, he was an ordinary accountant with a decent salary, a small apartment, and dreams of retiring peacefully. But then came the financial crisis. The company laid off employees, and Jack was one of them. He had no savings, sold everything, his car, furniture, even his warm coat. And within months, he was on the sidewalk. When his ID card was stolen, he couldn't even apply for a job. His pride wouldn't let him reach out to family. "I'll fix it all myself," he kept telling himself. But the streets are cruel. The cold numbed his body. Hunger ate him from inside, and every night brought a new question. Is this all there is to life? One day, a man dropped $10 into his cup. Most people walked by without noticing, but those $10 felt different. Instead of buying food, Jack picked up a newspaper. The business section had stock market charts. A crazy thought crossed his mind. Can I grow this $10? Jack didn't have a laptop or a mobile phone. His computer was the one at the public library, free for 30 minutes a day. He went there daily, read books, took notes on napkins, and slowly began to understand the stock market. The library staff, seeing his dedication, even waived his fines. He learned that the market isn't just about numbers. It's a test of human psychology. His first trade was in a cheap company with those $10. 3 days later, it turned into 20, then 50, then 100. But one mistake taught him that luck isn't a strategy. His office was a park bench where he caught Wi-Fi to read market news. Discarded newspapers were his daily research. Once, he tracked biotech companies, and when one received FDA approval, he invested $300. Within a month, it grew 12 times into $3,600. That was the moment a hedge fund manager, Mark Denton, saw Jack in the library. At first, he couldn't believe this man in dirty clothes was reading stock charts. Jack explained how he did his research. Mark was amazed. He immediately offered Jack a job in his firm. Jack's thinking was unlike traditional fund managers. He understood risk because he had lived in it. Within a year, he turned the company's $100,000 into $2 million. But he felt restless inside. The glitter of Wall Street felt meaningless. He remembered the nights he slept hungry. He left the job. In 2018, he launched his own investment firm, Reynolds Capital. His message, "I've been poor. I know where value hides." People laughed. A former homeless guy running a fund? But his results silenced everyone. In the first year, his fund grew 89%, while the market grew only 12%. Within 3 years, he had $50 million under management. But Jack didn't keep the success to himself. He funded shelters that offered job training to the homeless, donated laptops to libraries, and personally trained 12 young people who had once lived on the streets. One of them, Maria, who used to sleep in her car, now works a 6-figure job at JP Morgan. She says, "Jack didn't just give me money. He taught me how to think." In his TED Talk, Jack said a line no one forgot. "People say I'm lucky, but luck didn't force me to study in the dark. Luck didn't tell me to invest $10 instead of eating. Luck is made when you refuse to give up." Where's Jack now? His net worth is over $50 million. 17 out of his 12 students now work in the finance industry. And his principle remains: both the market and life only reward those who work harder than they doubt. The world will try to tell you who you are, but you decide who you want to be. Write your own story. If you think your life is over, remember, it might just be the first chapter of your story. Just like Jack, you might already have an old booklet, maybe knowledge, maybe a skill, or maybe just a small dream. But the difference is, do you recognize it? Do you believe in it? And are you willing to fight for it? The world will say you can't do it, but the hero of your story is you. So now the decision is yours. Are you ready to write your own destiny? If yes, write yes in the comments and keep moving forward. Thanks for watching.